Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is another review for Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 5, Episode 3. Wanda be starting something. Who comes up with the titles? Because they think they so clever. They be thinking they so clever. And every time I just be like, Wanda be starting something. It's such a dad joke, you know? Anyway, picking back up with Kimmy and Maurice sitting down with Dr. Francis. Dr. Francis is saying that the more Maurice embraces Kimmy as a human being and not a sex object, then he'll probably get further along with her. You know, this is what she's expecting. This is what her needs are. She needs him to see her as a person. Maurice, do you understand that? Maurice says, oh yeah, I get it. She's saying the more I embrace her, you know, or you know, look at her like she's a person and not a sex object, the more sex I'll get. And they're looking at him like, no, that's not what we're saying. So he doesn't get it. He's still a one-track mind, sex. It's like, what's wrong with you? At this point, it's time for us to start looking at diagnosis. You know, like something is off about that. There's no reason why you should be thinking about sex every minute of the day. And it's like it's such a huge component, like to who you are, and just like Dr. Francis said, his emotional well-being. You need to go see somebody. You need to go talk to somebody and talk this through, because you cannot have my girl Kimmy out here having the sex 24/7. Like wake up sex, lunchtime sex, midday sex, like in the evening sex. He just wanted all the time, and I'm needing for him to just leave her alone. He needs to be helping her out, I guess, more than he wants the sex, because Dr. Francis says that she's the one that's, you know, her focus is, you know, the to-do list, and she's more of a practical person. What do we have to do? What needs to get done? All of that, the household, all that. And Maurice, his focus is providing and sex. And that's just not going to work. They're going to have to get on the same page. Because, you know, sex is sharing of oneself. You know, she's not just some sex object. He's really going to have to let that go. He says that, you know, he's going to work to changing and all of that. And Dr. Francis is like, are you? Kimmy, do you believe that? Kimmy says, I believe that. I've heard this before. You know, they've gone to couples therapy, so she's heard this before. She wants some changed behavior. She's very uncomfortable, it looks like. I don't know why he doesn't pick up on this, but he always thinks it's so funny talking about, he gets in his confessional saying that, you know, their marriage and everything is not just about, it's not just about a happy ending. It's not just about the climax, or, you know, going to bed afterwards. There's also the fact that you get to do it all over again the next day. And he just falls out laughing, and Kimmy looking at him like, how did I get here? How did I get here? Anyway, Tiffany and Lewis, they end up leaving the retreat early. This was the last day anyway, but they headed out, I guess, first thing in the morning. And Tiffany sends Tisha a text, you know, talking about tell Dr. Francis that we appreciate it, but bye. Maurice comes in and they all have breakfast, and Maurice feels like, you know, the trip was a success. He says he'll do it again. Okay. Dr. Francis and his wife, they come in, you know, they're so where are the Whitlows? We're missing a couple. Tisha blurted out, oh, they couldn't take it. But Kimmy clarifies that Tiffany had a previous engagement. She had a speaking engagement in Birmingham, and so they had to leave because she had to be there by a certain time. Still, Dr. Francis says, conflict of interest. That's what that is. Anyway, he asked them all, you know, how they feel about the experience. What was the takeaway? Maurice says that Maurice, of course, his takeaway, like I said, he felt like it was a success. He felt like he learned a lot about himself, about his marriage. It was mainly that rope exercise. I feel like the rope exercise was the catalyst for them all. So Maurice says he definitely was able to take something away from it. Marceau, he chimes in and makes a comment. I don't remember what he says, but Dr. Francis tells him that, yeah, and I've learned that this guy here, this guy likes to split hairs like as many as possible, which is true, which is very true. He thinks that each couple, needs to work on trust. He doesn't think that everyone was 100% honest this weekend, but I mean, he got to take what he got, but he really feels like they all were hiding something. They all were keeping something back. They weren't totally honest. They wrap up the trip, on the way out. Dr. Francis tells, Mrs. Francis, she tells Tisha, I see a lot of myself in you, feel like you give a lot, you do a lot for the people around you, making sure everybody else is good, but you make sure you good. Take care of yourself. Make sure you set your own personal goals. She see Tisha falling in the background, of her husband. I guess she can see the dynamic when it comes to them two. So those two, excuse me, not them two. When it comes to them, she sees right through them. And so, girl, set your own personal goals. You make sure you got you a nest egg. It sounded like she was finna give her the whole get out speech. But anyway, back in Huntsville, Kimmy, she meets Destiny and Tisha at some little shop. Destiny, she says she feel away because she wasn't invited on a couples trip, and they both looking at her like, girl, you got to be a couple to go on the couples retreat. You got a man? Actually, I do. Oh, well, this is the first we're hearing about it. We gonna meet him? Where you at, girl? She want to go on a couples trip and want to be invited to things, but you still always want to be so closed-mouthed when it comes to your tea. So, yeah, girl, we didn't know you had a man. They tell her, until you produce said man, girl, you're not going to get invites to the couple stuff. So just know that from now, at the next couple something, you won't be there because we don't know you to be a couple. That's just that. They switched the subject. And now we're talking about the Whitlows. And Tisha, and Kimmy, they feel like they got to know the Whitlows a lot better while on the retreat. They fill her in on, how Louis and Tiffany apologized to Tisha and Marceau for how they were treated on the reunion. And, for the majority of the season, how they were so opinionated. They had all of these nuggets and gems to leave everybody else, but they had to come to this retreat and get that same thing happen to them, and they really couldn't take it. And so they apologized, whatever. All is well that ends well. Kimmy says she wants another trip. And this time Destiny gonna have to bring her man. Kimmy goes over there. She's looking in the wine selection, and I guess this makes her think of Martell. It's always so, let me go over here. Oh, speaking of this. It's like Kimmy know how to segue. She does that well. And I know that she's been cued. I know she's been cued up. But anyway, she brings up Melnica, and that, she had lunch with Mel and Melody. And she was, sharing with her that Melnica planned their wedding, but then she quit because Martell was cheating on her and blah, 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 blah. And Melody, she kind of alludes to Melnica and Martell kind of having some type of history. And she feels like she's always been somebody that he messes with. We flip back to that conversation that Kimmy was having with Melody, and she said that, I don't know what they got going on, but it's like, listen, he done kept Melnica around a long time. And Kimmy's like, she's married, right? Yeah, but what that mean? What do that mean? Melnica always been somebody he, knocked down from time to time. Destiny says that she's not going to put much stock in what Melody is saying or anything like that because, Mel just be talking. I guess, they're not friends at the moment. And so she feels like Mel would probably say anything to make Martell look bad or whatever. So, or to, kind of paint some type of narrative. So she don't put much stock in what Mel heard or didn't hear or what she said or didn't say. She says that she knows Melnica and Martell to just be friends. She also has known Melnica since high school. She knows Melnica's husband. They cool. She don't know them to be romantic on any level ever. So she don't know where that's coming from. She's gonna relaunch Madani. Destiny is. She's gonna relaunch, and she's gonna have, you know, not everybody, because of course Kimmy's like, so does this mean everybody's getting an invite? Destiny like, everybody that's supposed to get an invite will be there. By everybody, she means Melody and Stormy. Again, everybody that's supposed to be there will be there. You know. She talking first. She talking about some. She gonna make sure security is there and everything. Destiny, again, with the passive aggressiveness. You know, just say what you want to say. Let's not beat around it. Just say what you want to say. Anyway, the guys, they meet for pool. Like again with they love to rehash conversations and try to get scenes that are just so not organic. But anyway, they meet for pool. One of them, Marceau, in a whole suit. So I mean, I guess he coming from work. I don't know, but anyway, Marceau, you know, they start talking about the retreat and all, you know, all of that. Martell gets there. You know, he's happy to be getting up with the guys because he don't get invited to the couple stuff anymore. So he, you know, he missing out. They fill him in on the retreat. Marceau says that he was here for the Whitlows, getting what they deserved, getting their just due. Lewis, he says that he'll be taking none of what Dr. Francis said to heart. You know, he's not gonna, he ain't listening to Dr. Francis. That's where Lewis is with it. He said it brought he and Tiffany closer together in the fact that they wasn't trying to hear what Dr. Francis had to say, and so that brought them closer. So both of y'all on bullshit. Okay. I mean, as long as you know. As long as you know, you got a lot of nerve talking about you're not gonna take into consideration what he had to say or nothing like that. I mean, they were all, you know, in agreement that he should, you know, chew the meat and spit out the bones. But it's like, that man ain't give you no bad advice, and so you really should have been taking all of it. But whatever. Maurice says for him, like I said earlier, the rope challenge was everybody's, you know, that was the exercise that had everybody thinking and had everybody, you know, reevaluating some things. Maurice asked Martell if he misses being married. Of course, Martell does. He said he want to get married right down now. You know, somebody willing to have him, he'll marry him. He wants to be married again. He really does. They're all like, right now, like, you don't want to, like, take your time. You got plenty. You could be out here with plenty hoes, and you trying to get married again. They were disappointed almost. Anyway, he said he wants a woman on his arm everywhere he goes. I guess he's so Southern. You know, that's a Southern thing. He don't care about loving this woman, respecting this woman, caring for her. None of that. It's just, you gonna look good on my arm down to the society stuff? Okay, well, come on. That's what he needs a woman for, the big picture of it all. But he said he gonna do right next time. He gonna get it right. That ain't that what they do? I mean, that's what be happening. I mean, to get it right, and it's too late. Anyway, Melody Cherie. You know, she's going by Melody Cherie now. She drops by Martell's house because she got to talk to him. You know, the kids, they're with him for the weekend, and so she said that she, you know, called and made sure that it was okay for her to drop by, and he said that it was fine. She got to talk to him because Wanda been around there talking on the internet, talking about the kids, speaking on the kids. And, you know, she says that she was questioning the paternity of Sugar Mama. And production, of course, takes us back, you know, to the time where Martell had to confront Miss Wanda before about talking about the children. And so he don't really want to do it, you know, but something has to be done. He wants to know, you know, like, why is she bringing them up? Like, why is she even talking about them? So let's go back to where Melody was on, she and Monique Samuels. And Monique was chiming in too. Girl, you stick to what's going on your show. But anyway, she was on there talking about Wanda's baby daddy was in her DMs, and baby daddy being Tisha's daddy. And I guess that's what triggered Wanda to get on the internet and start dragging the children. I don't know, but Martell say, listen, some got to be done. I ain't really trying to do it because the last time I didn't really look right for me to be running up on Miss Wanda. Melody say, oh no, I got her number. I can get her number for sure, and I'll handle it. I just wanted to let you know. I just wanted to make sure we was on one accord. And seeing Mel and Martell getting along, y'all, it was a breath of fresh air. It was just like, look at y'all coming together for the kids, you know, like it's supposed to. It wasn't no hateful conversation, no bitter backbiting or none of that. None of that. She's in such a good mood. She tells him, well, I'm gonna be taking the kids to Destin, and I'd love for you to come and come for a couple of days. That's a family trip that they always did. Me and my family, well, my husband and children, we did Destin this summer. No, we did Gatlinburg. We did that Gatlinburg this summer, and we did Destin last summer. I want to say, either way it go, it's a great family trip. So it's Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Those are great places to go with your family. Anyway, she invites him. They did end up going on that trip together. We saw the pictures. He was so surprised, pleasantly surprised, like, you invite me? Of course I want to go. I couldn't wait for you to ask. I couldn't wait. He said, I'm going to move some stuff around. I'm going to be there. Okay, Destiny, we see she's at home with the baby. She gets on the phone with her assistant. You know, they're talking about Madani, talking about the relaunch and all of that. Then she calls her new boo Moses, you know, because she has to do her part on this show. The people were not playing. She kind of skated by with that divorce and not really wanting to talk about it, not really wanting to share all of that. And so now she has to go above and beyond. So we're getting phone calls. We got a picture of him and everything. Nice looking man. She says that she's known him for 13 years. And they're both divorced. And when he found out about her divorce, he slid in them DMs, you know, like, I ain't gonna let you get away this time. And it's like, nigga, you had a whole wife before this divorce. What you mean you ain't gonna let her get away? So you was around there thinking about Destiny while married? Niggas never know what to say. Because to me, that's not sweet. It's like, so wait, what? So would you do that shit to me? That's what I be thinking. Who's the other girl that got away? What you telling her? Just done got a divorce, and now it's, you got a divorce too. We might as well just, rekindle this thing. Anyway, I'm going to find somebody else to play with, Mr. Moses. Moses will not be able to come to the relaunch. He lives out of town. I think she said, I don't know when she said I don't know where he lived, but this is another long distance relationship. But they already exchanging I love yous and all of that. So, okay, girl. Martell, he drops by this wine shop. He, is looking to, he sent them a few bottles. He's looking to have his wine in their store. And so he listened, would you like to taste like right now? And so they're like, cool, we'll bust it open and taste it right now. And it's black owned, by the way. Love to see it. The lady, she tastes it and, she's like, it has legs. So that's a good thing. She loved it. Destiny, she's also there. She came to be the moral support, I guess. And when Destiny arrives, it's the store owners, they say they got customers. Wasn't nobody. They was just done promoting what they needed to promote. Y'all can go ahead and continue filming. And so they do. And Martell asks about Moses, and her new boo and everything, and how long y'all been dating. She says they've been dating long enough. And like I said, he slid in them DMs about, not wanting to let her get away this time. Martell asks about the relaunch and if Melody will be invited. And she's like, Mel who? Mel Nika? She gonna be there. He like, no. Now Melody is who I'm talking about. Melody Cherie. Did you invite Melody? She keeps skirting around like she don't want that lady to be there. She keeps saying, I invited the people who want to be there. Anyway. She said, and they haven't spoken since the Galentine. Well, not the Galentines, but like the, when they had that whole conversation afterwards. They haven't spoken since then. And it seemed like that's been a while. I don't know what the timeline is like for them, in filming this. But for us, that was last season. So, I don't know. Anyway, Destiny tells him about the conversation that she had with Kimmy. And, you know, about Melnika and everything. And Martell just looking so puzzled, like, what? Destiny also retells the story wrong. She basically lies and makes it seem like Melody was spreading rumors or, you know, trying to paint the picture that Martell and Melnika had something going on now. And that ain't what she said. That ain't what she said. But Destiny relays the message that way, that, you know, Mel is out here saying that he and Melnika messing around now. And before all of that, Martell is like, I never looked at another woman before we got married. Like, around that time, we were good. I was a faithful husband. And I can't believe that ain't no reason for him to lie about that shit now. And he's like, it's been 13 years. Why are we talking about this? He said we was just having a good time. I'm about to go on a trip with him, and then now she out here doing this. That's because Destiny played it up like she put 20 on 10 with that. Because, girl, nobody said that. Nobody said that it was a current situation. So where did you get that? I don't know. I don't know why she ran with that. Anyway, Martell's, he's not bothered. You know, he's saying, I ain't biting the babe. Regardless, I mean, that's disappointing, but I'm not finna go to war with that girl. I'm done doing that. He ain't finna play in the mud with Melody. Destiny was looking disappointed. You know, like, well, damn, I thought we was gonna stir it up. Shout out to Funky Dineva. I thought we was gonna stir it up a little bit. Nah. Martell he's evolved, okay? He's vibrating higher. Vibrating higher now. Anyway, let me get off here. I have like, let me see, 1, 2, 3 more reviews to do. I'm gonna be here all afternoon, it seems. No, I'm not. Let me go. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby. And I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.